Some trips can significantly alter a person's life. For Melbourne facial plastic surgeon Dr. Ross Clevens and his wife Dani, a journey of mercy with their teen son proved to not only transform their life, but also the lives of thousands here and abroad. A couple of years ago, the Clevens family joined one of the medical and humanitarian missions organized by Outreach International, an organization that does not believe in handouts, but rather in sustainable solutions and long-lasting change to help the poorest of the poor in 13 countries plagued by drought, disease, and famine. In the East African nation of Tanzania, the Clevens family helped with Outreach's medical missions and its clean water projects and feeding centers for children orphaned by AIDS. Although Clevens routinely spent 12 hours a day performing surgical procedures to correct cleft lips, burns, and other traumatic wounds left behind by the lack of medical care, he could not help noticing that food was as critical as health care for the people of the impoverished nation. They feed 500 children every day at that center, and that is the only meal these kids get, says Clevens. It was a life-changing experience to help these kids. The poverty and suffering the Clevens family witnessed so moved them that they pledged to do more. In 2010, Dr. Clevens and his wife Dani created Face of Change, a non-profit charitable organization that coordinates medical, education, and hunger relief programs to the underserved here and in other parts of the world. Face of Change recently hosted its third meal packaging event this October to benefit families in Brevard County. The first Face of Change event, held January of 2011, attracted 600 volunteers who packaged more than 100,000 meals that met United Nations standards for nutrition. These meals were then sent to Africa to help feed starving women and children there. In September of last year, another 100,000 meals were shipped to Tanzania, but an additional 100,000 remained in Brevard to help local families. Using a Relay for Life model, Face of Change challenges volunteer teams from corporations and organizations to help with the packaging and the fundraising needed to purchase the food. Our goal is to continue to host these events to benefit those in need both locally and abroad, says Clevens. Clevens Face of Change has teamed up with local organizations such as Project Hunger and the Brevard Hunger Alliance to help meet the needs of local impoverished families. Dani Clevens is the mastermind and driving force using her Harvard Masters in Public Health to positively affect the lives of thousands of impoverished souls here and around the world. This wonderful humanitarian leader is also helping our local Women's Center to raise important financial support. We do our best to step up to the plate to provide food and medical care to the neediest in our own backyard and abroad, says Clevens. Ladies and gentlemen, we give you a 2012 Central Florida humanitarian family, Dr. Ross and Dani Clevens.